All right, folks, here we are, the 6th day of the 12th annual Derby City Classic. We are playing one pocket tonight, but the 9-ball started also today. And tonight for ACCUSTATS, my partner will be Billy Incardona. And we're doing EFREN Reyes and RAFAEL Martinez. One pocket. Great match.
Yeah, it really does figure to be a great match. Reyes has lost, meaning that he had the option to buy back in, which obviously he did. Martinez, I don't know if he suffered a loss yet in the tournament, but if he hadn't, then he should be a little more relaxed than Reyes. Reyes is actually hanging by a thread here, losing already one time, and so therefore another loss, and he's eliminated from the tournament.
Yeah.
Danny mentioned that he finished second in the bank pool, so he's definitely still alive for the all-around championship here.
Definitely.
And he just got done defeating Johnny Archer in the Fat Boy 10-ball challenge, and that was a great, that was a hard match he had with Archer. Archer was playing extremely well. I watched Reyes play Joyner. I think it was yesterday. He didn't appear to me that he was playing his best game. Let's see how he does today.
Well, anyway, Archer has been playing super. He just represented the United States in the Moscone Cup, and the USA team won. So anyway, Billy, you've played both of these players. You've gambled with both of these players. Not many balls came out here.
No. Are you talking about both Rafael and EFREN?
Yeah, you played both
but
of them.
Rafael is a very, very aggressive player. Yep. He's got one of the strongest strokes in the game. He's one of the best offensive players in the game, and therefore he's a challenge to anyone, and he's capable of beating anyone because of his offensive abilities.
Well, can he bank the 8 right here?
I don't know. It looks like he can hit it. If I were he, I'd bank the 8 and draw into the stack.
Into the 7.
No,
right?
Into the 7 in the stack.
No, he didn't care about any stack. He didn't care about the. He didn't even think about playing safe. He left EFREN the 5, and he could have went right into the pile, which would have been safe off of that bank, but he elected to just shoot and try to get the one ball.
Well, he actually thought that he could spin into the 5 ball and knock it a little bit further up table, but that's not what happened. I do believe that was what he was thinking he could do.
Yeah. Now EFREN has a combination here. 6-2, and the cue ball is going to slide off the pile and go right to the 1 ball.
If he shoots it, it doesn't appear like he likes it.
No, he doesn't like it that much. Oh, I can't believe it. It looks like he fell on it perfectly.
Sometimes, Danny, from our perspective and the way we see the table, it's not exactly the way the player at the table sees it. So from our vantage point, sometimes it's not really like it appears.
That's a great shot there. He double banked the 8, and he put the cue ball on the wrong side of the pile for Martinez, anyway, the wrong side. He hung the 8 ball up, and now Martinez's job is going to have to be kicking that 8 in.
Right. And notice if he would have pocketed that 2-reeler on the 8 ball, he would have had that 6-2 combination.
Yes.
Martinez must kick. He has to kick, and I don't believe that he should kick softly. I believe he should hit it with a little speed, because if he kicks softly, he's going to leave a return shot on the 1 ball.
Yeah.
Which
a free bank, but he didn't listen to you, Billy. See what Billy was talking about? Putting the cue ball there, you're leaving a bank on the 1, except there may be a dead ball.
No, if he doesn't shoot the 1, he figures to kick into the stack here.
Beautiful shot. I like this.
Okay. Martinez walks to the table. He has to take a look. Always look at the stack after an opponent kicks into the stack, because you may have a dead ball. He doesn't seem like he has, or maybe he does. Let's take a look.
He's shooting it. If it go, well, he's not. He's playing safe.
Okay.
But the ball didn't go, but look where it went. It's a threat for EFREN.
Now, EFREN's really in trouble right here. Notice that even if he kicks for some way and knocks that 13 away from the pocket, he still has to contend with the 2-ball cross table for a cross corner bank from Martinez. Yeah. So therefore, he's really limited, Danny, on what he can do right here. I wouldn't be surprised to see him take a scratch or even come off the 15 or around where the 1 is, if he can do that.
Well, could he kick 1 rail? And, well, he's going to go 3 rails at that ball, but like Billy says, he's going to sell out a bank on the 2. He's going to do more than that. He's going to leave the, what ball's that, the 13?
Yeah.
Yeah, he left the 13.
See, what he tried to do, actually, on that shot, what he really tried to do was he tried to kick 1, 2, 3, 4 rails here, hit the ball here. After striking this ball would have went over this way, then the cue ball would have went up this way here. That's what he tried to do. But he hit it a little bit too long, and he hit the stack. And now Martinez is at the table. He does have a shot on the 13 and a possible shot next on the 9, but it's pretty risky because, Danny, you know a lot more about this than I do.
Yeah.
If he plays a position on the 9, what's going to happen to the stack after he hits?
He is knocking balls towards Efren's pocket, the way the 9 is sitting. So that's not a good idea to play position for that. If I were him, I would go 3 rails and play position for the bank on the 2.
So therefore, go around the table.
Go
like
around.
Reyes
Oh, he
just
didn't. He played for the 9, and like I said, he's hitting the pile on the wrong side. I don't know. He might have even gone too far. I don't know if he could get in there.
I don't even know if he has a shot now on the 9. He went too far. Now keep this in mind also that the feature table, the ACCUSTAT table here, is faster than the tables on the floor because of the overhead lighting. So therefore, when you jump onto this table, you have to be really conscious of this table is faster.
Well, because the lights are bright and strong, and they have the table dry. He played the combination like it was a hanger.
Yeah, and to me or Danny, that certainly wasn't a hanger. Matter of fact, it may not have been a consideration or an option, but he shot it like it was a hanger, and you know what? He hit it like it was a hanger.
Yeah. Now he's got to get position for the 10 ball. Let's see what he does there. He's looking at the table, but I don't see anything he can do except get to the 10 off of the 6.
And the 6 is pretty deep, and he's going to have to be shooting over. No, he's okay. I thought he was going to shoot over the 1.
No, I think he's going to spin forward, but he hit the ball. He didn't want to do that. Does he have a bank? No, I don't know.
I don't think he has a bank on the 14, and I think it's on the kiss angle there. But I think it is on the kiss angle.
It is.
Had the 2 not been where it is, he may have been able to turn it and miss the kiss, but he can't afford to shoot it like that because of the position of the 2.
But he could bank the 2 into the 10, and I think that he'd get rewarded for that, and I don't think he'd sell out a bank because he's gonna go sort of towards the 1, and whatever he does with the 2-10, if he shoots it, he's looking to cut this 14 in, it looks like. Is that the 14 or the 10? It's the 10.
Yeah. What he's looking to do, once again, let me show you on the telestrator. He's looking to pocket the 10. He wants to go 1 cushion, 2 cushions, 3 cushions, and come out here for position on the 4 ball. Or he can go 1 cushion and get around this area.
No, it's actually the 7 ball, but I got to
ball.
tell you this. I keep calling it the 4 ball also because in snooker, the brown ball is the 4 ball. So you automatically see colors and number 4 registers. Can he kill this and get position for the, well, I don't know what the ball is. Well, he flew around here.
That's a beautifully executed shot, Danny. He's going to end up with a shot here.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, you couldn't have possibly put that with your hand.
You're right.
Any more accurately.
You could not have put it with your fingers any better. And now, does the 12 ball pass the 5? If not, he's going to have a bank on the 2. That's what he's looking at. Where does he want to get to bank the 2?
Well, all he'll do is just follow this about 4 inches, and he'll bank the 2 next.
Yep.
And I believe the 15, if that's the 15 ball underneath the 3, I believe that passes.
No, I think it's the 12, but
well, it's the ball
the
behind
combination,
the red 3 there.
Yeah.
And I believe it passes.
Yeah.
And he certainly played position like it passed, unless he played position for the 4, which from this vantage point, and this is the angle where we're looking at, and also the monitor, it doesn't appear that the 4 will go. It's the strike ball behind the red 3 that he was playing position for, I do believe. And from this angle, this shot is really not a gimme.
No, but if he makes it, he wins the first game because he needs one ball, and he's a shooter. You know, if it goes, he's shooting it. He's never going to pass up shooting at the game ball. You don't even duck on this if you're shooting. Just try to make it and win the first game. It's a big game winning that first game, race to 3.
You really don't want to overcut this ball. No, he hit it in the center of the pocket. I mean, he's such a pure shot maker. I mean, he hits everything in just about in the center of the pocket. He's got great pocketing skills, and he's got a great stroke, and he's a threat to beat anybody playing any game. After game number 1, obviously Martinez now has the lead, 1-0, race to 3.
He's fearless. He shot a few shots, like Billy said. We wouldn't even think of shooting them, and he shot them 100 miles an hour like they were hangers, and they looked like it. That's the thing about pool. Fans are fickle. You make those kind of shots, they applaud and say, great shot, but if you miss it, you say, what a jerk. How did he shoot that one?
Isn't that the truth?
It
really
is.
is the truth,
It's
you
the
know what I
truth.
mean? When you make him, you're a hero, and when you miss him, you're a bum.
You're a dunce.
Yeah, that's it.
He put the rack on
How
himself.
could he do that? How could he do that? How could he shoot that ball?
Yeah, you're right. 100 years.
And it's always the people that really can't make 3 in a row
Who have the
that say
opinions.
that. Well, how can he do that? You know, it's the guy sitting next to you right now. Take a look. Look. Yeah, that's him. That's him.
Billy forced me to look at him. I'd rather not.
But I'm to your left, and I said the man to your right.
Yeah, to the right, I'll be looking in the mirror. That's what he's telling me.
You people out there, who's sitting on your right?
Yeah.
Anyways, we're going to be back in action just in a second or two. Martinez now has finished racking the balls, making sure that every ball is touching, which actually creates a better break. Gives him a better chance of opening the balls up. And I think when Reyes broke the balls in game number 1, Danny, they really didn't open up well. This is much better. Much better.
Yeah, look at this. Efren can't see anything to knock to his. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
he
he's
can
got
shoot
the 9. Well, he's definitely got the 9. The ball's spread open, you know, and the 9 ball is sticking out, and then right in the face is looking at him, and it looks like that he can bank the 9, but I don't know what he can do with it.
Yeah, he can hit the 9 full as he wants, but then what do? You can't take liberties and overcut it into the 7, into the 5, but he might be able to hit it right into the 10 ball, I believe that is.
You know, I don't think I would do that. I think I would try to bank the 9 and not hit the 10 and follow the cue ball behind the 10.
Well, look at this. He hit the 7 right on the nose. Had he known he could hit it that good harder, he would have made that 5, and he'd be off to the races here.
Yeah, but you
the
know
14 goes.
You know as well as I do, and certainly he knows that he didn't have the luxury of hitting that shot with the speed to do that.
No, he couldn't control Whitey.
No, he couldn't. So therefore, he took what the table offered him and played a rather simple shot, which in fact he got out of the break for the first shot. He's buying a little time, and he's hoping now that Martinez doesn't do anything, you know, productive here. And we'll find out in a second.
Martinez does have a bank on the 2, but he looks like he's going to try to bank the 14 maybe into the 5-7, because if he banks the 2 and leaves Efren long, Efren could possibly shoot that 7-5
I kind of like what he's doing here.
He's doing it, yeah.
I kind of like this.
Good shot.
Yeah. Now, he accomplished a couple different things on that shot. Now, the first thing he accomplished is he made that 7-5 combination play a little stiffer, a little tougher. And the second thing is he limited Reyes what he could see when he went to the table in terms of what balls he could come off of. Had he gotten the cue ball against that 5 ball, Reyes would have really been in trouble. Now, it looks like, Danny, that Martinez has another option to fall behind the 5 off the 8 here. But then again, he has the option then to bank the 8 toward the 10, you know, and that's 2 shots that I see that he has.
Yeah. He's got a good shot. I like banking the 8. He might even have a pocket.
And I don't know if he has a pocket. He may, but it's a very small one.
But it's free anyway. I
Just
mean,
about.
Yeah, just about. If Efren is desperate, he
because
can still
the
play
reason
the combine.
the reason it may not be free is these two balls right here. The cue ball will end up over here, which he can play that combination.
Yeah.
So therefore, he was very mindful of that, opting to shoot the 8 cross table, putting the 8 ball on his side and relocating the cue ball behind the 5. And now Reyes really has a problem.
Yeah, he's in trouble. Yeah. Martinez, who's an aggressive player, has made some great moves. This is like the only time you could duck on the wrong side of the balls.
That was a real simple shot. You know, when you're playing chess, if you don't know what to do, you move a pawn. Play in one pocket. If you really don't know what to do something simple. Allow your opponent back at the table to possibly make a mistake.
Yeah, but I think Efren's going to get the worst of all this.
Well, he certainly should, considering the position of the balls, but he's trying to work himself out of this by allowing his opponent to give him some sort of an out. If you go ahead and shoot from a very curious position and you do something haphazard or carelessly, you're going to lose the game. Give your opponent a chance to make a blunder if you have that opportunity, if you have that shot, to do something
he don't
simple.
have that. Well, myself, I think I'd take a scratch and put him way in the far corner and let him go. Let him double up on the 2-11.
Yeah, I would do the same, but I wouldn't do it until, Danny, let me work on the telestrator again. See these two balls right here? I'd open them up somewhat, because when you take your scratch down here and he shoots either this ball or this ball into this pocket and the cue ball goes this way, I want to be able to put some pressure on him by creating some balls that go into my pocket. Like he's opening up the balls now. See? Now the 5 goes in his pocket. Now, Martinez opened it, as a matter of fact. Now Reyes can take that scratch if he needs to.
Right. Dare him. You're in trouble. Dare him.
See?
Efren's smart. He knows what to do.
Now Reyes can take that intentional scratch, like Danny said, once again, and shoot the cue ball down here. Now, if Martinez opts to shoot this ball or this ball, these balls are pocketable now for Reyes, putting a lot of pressure on Martinez.
Nicely put.
I think he's going to get himself in trouble if he doesn't take the intentional.
Yeah. I guess the 5's not froze yet. Did he leave him the combination? No. Can he get by the 7? Because if he can, he's got the combination. Yeah, if he can hit the 5, he's got the combination.
It's important for Martinez to freeze it.
Yeah.
Okay, the reason I said it was important for him to freeze it because of this right here. Okay? If he's got an angle on this, Reyes can possibly shoot into this ball, hits the rail here, hits this ball. The 3 ball goes over here, and this ball comes out too. If he has that. I don't know if he has it. But he still has to be able to control the cue ball off of that shot. And if anyone can do that, it's Reyes.
Well, the 5 is frozen from this viewpoint, and they're looking at it, and you put your hand over it. That can show you if there's a space better than if you don't put your hand over that. Well, Efren actually now wouldn't even have to take a scratch and put him way down there, doubled up. He can fan the 7 and put him way in that corner.
Yeah, he could do that, but you know what? I think that repositioning the cue ball, well, he's kicking at the 11 here.
Yeah, he not only is kicking at it, he kicked pretty well. Nope, I don't think it hit a rail.
No, it didn't hit a rail, but, you know, with the ability that he has in knowing where to hit on the rail to kick balls, with that skill that he's developed, it certainly pays off big time playing one pocket. And that was one of those times when your kicking ability pays off big.
Well, I think Efren's going to be right back there. He can't just kick at the 5 because the 5, I believe, is frozen, so he might have to brush the 7. lightly. He'll still hit the 5. I think he can kick at the edge of the 7. That's the shot.
Yeah, if he can kick at it one cushion and very, very lightly hit the 7, he'll rest on the 5. But this shot is a little touchy here.
He's got to hit the 7 first, or it could be a scratch. He hit the 7 first, but he hit it too full. Efren's out of
he
trouble.
hit it too hard.
Yeah.
That was the problem. He hit it too hard, and he's allowed Reyes that window that you see right there to get out temporarily. But even though it's only temporarily, he's letting him get out, work himself out of this jam. Because
actually, the 10 banks, but he's not going to shoot that because it's definitely not free. So he tried to move balls on his side, and he did that, but Rafael has no problems.
Now, once again, he's going to try to reposition the cue ball behind the balls on Efren's side of the table, the 10 and the 5.
He did that very nicely, and there he is back where he didn't like being. That's Efren I'm talking about.
But look, Danny, look at all the congestion over here. That means that this part of the table is open for the cue ball.
Yeah.
So figure out what you can do offensively and reposition the cue ball on this part of the table.
Yeah. That's what he's going to try to do. He might be able to do that banking the 12 ball and spinning way over there. That's what he's going to attempt. No, he didn't. He just wanted to get the cue. Well, he didn't get it far enough to be a big threat. But I don't think Martinez will be shooting at anything. They're all tied up. He has combinations, but you're not going to bet the game against a guy like Efren shooting a combination that's not automatic.
Now, Martinez really doesn't have anything that good in terms of being able to get aggressive or offensive here, but he does understand that where Efren doesn't like, and he doesn't like where he just shot away from, that part of the table. So, if anything, Martinez will try to reposition the cue ball back where Efren shot it from. If he has any type of a shot that can get the cue ball back where Efren just shot it from, he'll use that option.
Well, he could do that if he wants to fan the 15 lightly. He can go one rail right at it, just hitting the 15 lightly. But I think Rafael played enough consecutive safes. That's not in his mindset. So he's going to shoot a combination now, try to win the game.
Okay, here's what he's looking to do here.
He's shooting the 4 into the 11.
He's looking to shoot the 4 into the 11. He's looking to drag the cue ball over here.
Yeah.
Okay?
That would make it free.
That's one of Martinez's types of shots that he would probably try to execute.
The cue ball's going out of play for Efren. He didn't make the ball, but there's Efren back over there.
Well, he did quite a bit in that shot, Danny. He actually did a lot, and I'll explain what he did. He not only repositioned the cue ball in the area somewhat that Efren shot away from last time, but he also opened up the balls on his side of the table. Now Efren cannot put them up here anymore.
No, that's over.
Because these balls are opened up.
Yeah, he can't do that anymore, and Rafael is a straight shooter. Yeah, Efren's been in trouble this whole rack, but you can't tell by the score. They both 0-1.
Efren's got some big-time problems here. Efren would like to create some congestion once again on Martinez's side of the table, but it's not going to be easy. Like, for instance, he might be able to go into the 14 ball, knocking the 6 over here, blocking the pocket, sending the cue ball up table.
We have a filled stands here, and I just want to say quick between shots that whenever Efren plays, people are there to watch. A lot of the players who aren't experienced one-pocket players that are great players are there trying to learn something. Shane Van Boning is sitting in the front row.
He's trying. Well, he's trying to force himself into drawing the cue ball back down, possibly behind the 11, and that's a very, very difficult and high-risk shot.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be advisable for him to try that. I myself, I would try to take a scratch or something, you know. And give
Where
Martinez.
would you scratch?
See, now this is the shot I pointed out. He's going to try to make some congestion on this side
Yeah,
of the
he's
table.
going to cut the balls and
See?
try to tie him up.
See, now that's what
and
he
leave
did. He
him
tried
long.
to leave congestion
And
on
he
this
did.
side of the table, so when Martinez steps to the table, he doesn't have a clear shot to the pocket. Now Martinez, he has to do the same thing he did last time, or something similar to it. He has to reposition the cue ball behind the 10 and the 5.
Well, he may have the angle to do that, but it's a little filler, you know, and go right back to that same spot with a combination 8-6.
But the only problem with that, Danny, and he does have that shot, but there is a problem with that. The 8 is here. After shooting the 8, the cue ball will then go toward this way, and he might find this pocket right
Yeah,
here.
it's
so
close.
watch out.
It's close.
And he won't like it if he finds that pocket.
Yeah.
So it looks like he may be going off the 14 here. See?
He hit that very good, too. He might have made it.
And
Trickle.
he did make it, you know, and it looks like he has a combination.
Yeah.
3-13. If he does put this down, he'll win this game.
Yeah, the balls are all aiming at his pocket. You know, he makes this, he's going to have a chance to run. He needs 9 now, not 8.
Well, he's made the combination. He's got a shot on the 5 with a shot on the 11 next with options after that. So therefore, Reyes is really in a bad spot. Not only is he trailing 1-0, but he's looking to fall behind 2-0 in a short race to 3. And he already has 1 loss.
An extinction in his best game, 1 pocket.
He would like to shoot the green 6 here, Danny, I would believe.
Yeah,
But that'll open up the pocket for the both the 8 and the
Right.
2.
Right, you don't have the angle to shoot the 14 and go to the 6, but he'll have position for the 14 when he shoots the 6, or he could even go all the way to the 15.
Shooting the 6 and playing shape for the 14, it's laying pretty thin to do that
I know.
comfortably.
He can go to the 15 automatically.
Okay, he can go to
Oh.
the 14. Now he has options now to go to the 13, maybe twice cross table for the 8 or the 2, maybe to the 15. He's positioned the cue ball ideally to do a lot of things.
Yeah,
and
he
obviously-
got on the 15.
Yeah, so he can't really ask for anything better than that because I do believe
He needs 3 more.
he's got a good angle here possibly to go to the 13 or 2 rails to the 8 and 2 possibly.
Yeah, he needs 3. He's got 6 good ones. No, he's got 5 good ones because he owes 1.
And I really like the way he's handled this run out there. And he's cleared the balls off of Reyes' side of the table opposed to going,
Oh, he overdid that one.
you know, that wasn't a bad shot even though it didn't turn out well for him. His thought was good.
Yeah.
You know, make sure you pocket the ball. And with the strokes that he used, his his accuracy just went way up shooting it in the fashion that he did. He wasn't going to miss that ball. Had he played position for the 8-2 or possibly the 13, yeah, he may have had to cheat the pocket somewhat to do that. And sometimes you don't make the ball. And he really couldn't afford to do that because he has this big lead, and he wants to manage it a little bit.
Does he have a 2-railer on the 12, Billy? He's shooting it.
I don't, right now I don't think it's really the time to look aggressive here.
Yeah, well, how about he did it?
Yeah, he did, but
I mean, whether you
Right.
like it or not,
right.
he's shooting at the game right now.
Because I played Reyes too many times not to know that's not the right thing to do against him.
Look what he's doing now. The shot on the 2 or the 8 still look pretty free, and he's looking to bank to 3 instead.
Yeah, and I disagree with this shot.
I do too.
I definitely would shoot the 8 here.
Yeah,
And
it's free.
Because he has the luxury of being able to roll this.
Yeah, it's free. He could shoot the 8 and snooker him. Well,
The plus for this shot, Danny, is he's taking the ball away from Reyes' side of the table.
and he's putting it close to the pocket. Well, but the bad thing is, I think he forgot 1 goes on the spot. Yeah. And that will give Efren some kind of chance to shoot the ball and billiard the 3.
Yeah, that was probably the reason why he didn't shoot the 8.
Yeah, because of the spot. You're right. He was thinking. Perfect hit.
Well, you couldn't have struck it any better than what he just did.
And the 9 goes.
Yes, the 9 does go. And if he can follow up and gently knock the orange 5 out about 3 inches or 2
he'll
inches.
have a bank at least after the next ball. Oh, he hit it too hard.
Yeah, well, he hit the wrong side of the pink.
He shot a smidgen too hard. You know how small a smidgen is, Billy?
I have a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
Which I can't say right now.
Well, anyway, Efren at the moment, I think, has one good one. Because one is going on the spot because he owed one.
Reyes is trying to figure out what he can do somewhat productive here, but I don't think there's anything there for him. If he tries to like two-rail the 7 ball, he may sell out a bank, but I think that's what he's going to try to do.
Yeah, he shot it. Close. That's about it. Did he leave a bank?
Well, it's pretty close from our vantage point, or at least from the angle that I'm looking at this particular shot on the 10, the banking across corner. It seems like it's very marginal. I don't believe, of course, I wouldn't shoot it because I don't have the skills or the accuracy to shoot shots.
Oh, man,
like
you're
this.
always working, Billy. Always working, looking for a game.
Oh, no. As a matter of fact, on the contrary, I'm not looking for the game for a game.
Okay, good. I think he has the bank. In fact, I'm sure he has the bank.
Well, he sure took care of that. Now he's got a problem, Reyes, that is, because not only does he have a problem in getting the 10 out of there, he has a problem controlling the cue ball because of the 7 ball cross table. He has to defend against that ball too.
If he knocks this away, he's going to at least leave the 7. But he's got to knock it away and take a chance. See, he left a real good bank.
No, I don't believe that he did leave that bank.
That's right.
You know, he actually executed that shot as well as he needed to, or as well as he could have, in order to reposition the cue ball in an area where he doesn't have the bank. Excellent shot.
Great shot. But it would be tough for him to get 7 from where the balls are sitting.
You know, Martinez's job, obviously, is to get balls out of play. He shouldn't even be concerned about winning the game on this particular shot, even though it may be somewhat appealing. It really isn't. It isn't really a fair trade-off for him at this time.
No, I don't think he has anything. I don't think the 4 banks past the 7.
You know, what he has is he just has to bank this ball over here, okay, reposition the cue ball somewhere down here.
Yep.
That's what he has.
Yep, bank this on your side and put the cue ball on the end rail.
As a matter of fact, he could reposition the cue ball like here. Oh, he moved both balls. I don't know about all that.
Oh, he almost scratched. That would have been disastrous.
I mean, sometimes you try to do something that's too much, you know, and you end up erring or make a mistake. And he almost did that time. There was no.
He almost scratched.
Yeah. There was no reason for him to have shot that shot that carried the danger, obviously, that one did, considering the results of the shot.
Well, knock the balls upstream. Get balls out of play further. Unless he wants to just cut the 12 and leave the cue ball long, he can do that. He can cut the 12 on the left side and go up towards the 3, or he can knock balls further away.
Here's what I would do. I would try to really protect my lead here. What I would do is I would knock this ball up table somewhere and reposition the cue ball behind the 7, where that's the only thing he has is the 7. See, I wouldn't have done this. No. I wouldn't have done that, because now you're allowing Reyes to have some kind of a shot. The other way, you force your opponent to play your game. Not that Reyes is a favorite, but of course you and I both know that he's not a favorite, but he has some air now.
Yeah, he's a dangerous player. You don't want to give him any opportunity when you got him hanging.
Quite often you shoot a shot that you can see you can knock a couple balls up table, but in doing that you leave some sort of a crazy bank that your opponent is desperate anyways. He ends up shooting and getting 2 or 3 or 4 balls from that position. I like putting 1 or 2 balls up table and locking him up so he has to play your game and accommodate you and putting more balls up table.
That's what he did there. He's making it a little tougher for EFREN to get 7.
Yeah, well, this is working out really well for Martinez.
Yeah.
We notice the grouping of balls near the right-hand pocket at the head end of the table. Certainly
yeah, he has to fan the 3-ball thin and go all the way back down near there where he is now.
That seems to be a very available shot.
He hit it.
Yeah, he hit it with the speed, Danny. He hit it with the speed, so that if he had that scratch angle, he wouldn't scratch because he wasn't going to hit it that hard.
Good thinking. And like you said, it's getting worse and worse. Does he have a bank on the 7? Can he possibly bank the 7 and draw the ball a little bit without selling out?
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, it looks like he's gonna. It looks like he has a bank on the 7, but he may go into those 2 strike balls near the pocket.
Yeah.
And doing that, you know, he could sell out 1 or 2 balls if he doesn't pocket the bank. So therefore, he's going to be mindful of that.
No, he's cutting the 3 again, and he's going to go right where he went last time. Oh, he kicked it. I don't know about that one, but he kicked it. He's trying to get something down near his pocket, but that wasn't, you know, he has no threat there.
But Rafael really isn't known for patience, okay? And you know, he's played brilliantly in this match up to this point.
Yeah, he's moved even. He's not a mover, and he's been showing patience and moving.
Pocket matches only, odd number tables only. So if you're playing on an even number table, 6 through 21, you need to stop.
I don't think he has a bank on the 2.
We're gonna call
I shoot this into the 7, 8, and put another ball out of play.
I agree. He has to cut it to his right, draw the cue ball back, but you don't hit it with hard speed.
No, softly. He looks like he's going all out. 2-railer. Look how good he hit this one. It looked like an off angle.
Yeah,
he
but
almost made it, but he left. He can sell out 2 balls here.
right, like I said before, you know, he really doesn't have the patience it takes to play solid one pocket. But he's so dangerous with his ability to control the cue ball and stroke it around the table and make balls that he's far more capable than quite a few of the one-pocket players that we have today.
Oh, EFREN sold out. He missed. Rare miss. He can throw it in. Martinez 2-0 now. Interesting game. EFREN really never was in it. All he was doing was trying to survive the whole game, and he finally got a shot to get 2, and he missed. Sold out.
Yeah, Martinez really managed this game, but particularly well from the offset in repositioning the cue ball behind those balls by Reyes' pocket, and that's what really won him this battle for game number 2. And Reyes is now confronted with a 2-0 deficit and in a huge hole right here. We're in a race to 3.
Now that's a good break. That is a good break.
It looks like he could just follow it, the 15 that is, behind the 3-9.
To rail it, probably hit the 9, but you don't want to hit the 9 and leave the 3 for a bank going forward with the cue ball. But first look, that's what he's got, and he's looking at that.
Thank you.
That's what he has. Shoot the 15 straight on, go with the cue ball.
Really, he can't do anything productive or aggressive here
No.
because he isn't in a position to do anything. He just has to just get himself out of this situation by very timidly following the 15 ball behind the 3 ball with the cue ball. And then he has to hope that the next time he comes back to the table, he'll be looking at something a little more manageable. But right now, it wouldn't be advisable for him to try to do anything aggressive because from the way I see it, there really isn't anything out there for him to do in terms of being aggressive.
Right now he's pointing to where the 15 will hit and go and where he wants to put the cue ball.
And I really have to applaud him for taking so much time because the first shot after the break usually is a storyteller. Okay, that's right. That's the shot that usually, tells us what's going to happen in that game. It's the shot after the break. So therefore, make sure that the shot after the break is a good one.
It looks like he's going to bank the 7 and just put it on the. Oh, I don't know what the heck that was. There goes what we were talking about, a lack of patience. I never dreamed he would do that one. Well, he was trying to knock the ball into the pile and go 3 rails behind the 9-3, but he had obstruction.
Not only that, he didn't have any protection with that shot. Even if he was able to get it around the table and behind a 3, he could have sold out across corner bank because he didn't have any protection. That really wasn't the time to shoot that type of a shot. That's where he falls behind a little bit, in his inability to recognize positions, when and when not to go for certain shots.
Well, he might be just cabareting a little bit because he feels a little relaxed about he's going to get 2 more breaks to win this match.
Yeah, but that's the wrong
I don't
attitude.
mean you're supposed to give up this game. That was absolutely insanity what he did. But, that's Rafael's style. He's an aggressive player. He's the one that's ahead 2-0. Look at this angle. Efren got perfect to hit the balls.
He'll probably put a real good stroke on this, following the cue ball through the stack.
Yeah.
Pushing balls on his side of the table. And if he hits it accurately with a good stroke, he's a favorite to come up with a shot.
Yeah. That's what he's going to do. He might even hop on top of the balls. No, good shot, but he's not going to get a break with it.
Oh, he's got a shot.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a shot. You're right. He's got a cut on the ball.
And it looks like it's on the angle to go 2 cushions into the 7 ball, and then he'll have the 5.
Yeah, and if he misses the 7, he'll have the 1.
Table number 7. Table number 7.
Yeah, he's sitting good to run out. He's got 5 right now. He needs 3.
Table 7. Table 9. Table 9.
Oh, I didn't think he wanted to hit the pile. Can he make the 4? Yeah, it looks like he's aiming to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Needs 2.
Yeah, he's got to be careful here, though.
Riga versus Nick Vita. Riga and Vita, table 11. Table 13, Charlie Williams and Danny Harriman. Williams and Harriman.
He still needs 2
Yeah,
from
he
here.
needs 2 now.
So therefore, he's got to be careful here because, some crazy things happen when you cut balls thinly and go into other balls. That looks like what he's doing here. See, when you cut balls thinly, the cue ball takes off, and then when it hits another ball, once again, it also takes off somewhat, but he's really good at controlling the cue ball. Let's see what he does. Notice he hit the 5 ball after pocketing the ball on the correct side, which sent him to the side cushion and then back cross table for position on his out ball. Very nicely executed. And thought out.
He played one rail position off a billiard. Well, he wins number 3, and he's losing 2-1.
Martinez probably wishes he had that shot back that he shot, because he did have, a very timid shot. Like I said, if he tried to do anything aggressive, it's just not there. And he didn't take my advice. Of course, he couldn't hear me. He probably wouldn't have taken it if he could. Anyways, game number 3 goes to Reyes, who now trails by 1 game in the match, 2 games to 1.
We have a lot of intelligent pool fans here. 12 years of this tournament being in this area, they learned some pool.
Well, one thing that's consistent is that this is game number 4, and Martinez has had the same pocket in every game. And Reyes, obviously, has had the same pocket in every game as well.
Somehow or another, he may be picking the wrong pocket. I think maybe the ball hugs the rail a little better on the other side, but that's not bothering him none.
When Reyes broke the balls, you said, now that's a good break. Now, I think this was a good break.
Yeah, this is a pretty good break. Good control. He's got a full shot at the 3. I banked the 3 off the balls. Banked the 3 off of the 15-4.
But what are you going to do with the cue ball? I like to, if you're going to bank the 3 ball into the balls, I like trying to reposition the cue ball down here.
Well, that's where it'll go if you hit it low.
Yeah, I like doing that. If the angle's there.
I think it is. I think it's perfect. It's not much of a cut. Well, he hit the balls.
Now, you see where the cue ball went?
Yeah.
Now, he allowed the cue ball to get away from him, giving Reyes an out. Had the cue ball, once again, had the cue ball been here, now take a look at the picture.
He can bank this off the 11 or the pile. There you go. The break is over now.
Right.
Martinez's break has lost its luster.
See, Reyes was confronted with a very difficult situation after the break. He allowed Martinez at the table with a very good shot, which he chose the correct shot, but he didn't control the cue ball.
Good shot.
That was an excellent shot.
He survived there for the moment. EFREN leading 1-0, losing 2-1 games, but if EFREN could win this game, it's his break.
Now, EFREN has a choice here. He can bank this ball over here, sending the cue ball over here. Or he went the other way.
Yeah, he did pretty well, too.
Yeah, well, that's okay, but keep in mind, okay, we have this here, right here, okay?
Yeah,
so that
nothing.
means all this area is good for Martinez. Now, had he banked the 13 ball over to here, put the cue ball over here, now he would have probably had Martinez in a lot of trouble.
Well,
But Martinez can now, utilize the part of the table that's in his
Bank the
his
3.
advantage.
Bank the 3, and if you make it, great. And if you don't, let EFREN have the 8 cutting backward. Hit the 3 as good as you could.
Well, actually, when you bank the 3, you don't want to bank it this way. You want to bank it this way.
Wide.
This way.
On the full side.
Put the cue ball down here. Now you create some problems. Because if you bank it to make it, you're probably going to hit the 1, and you're not going to really create, a position for yourself, really an intimidating position. If you bank the 3, you hit it thickly or full in the face, and in doing that, you control the cue ball better because you're hitting a full ball, and you have a better feel of the speed of the cue ball, and it probably will result in a better position for you, much more intimidating.
Why is he looking at this side of the balls?
Well, he's doing that because he's maybe not familiar, but I think he's going to eventually bank the 3. He just made a mistake, a couple shots ago. He wants to take his time and make sure that he doesn't blunder or make a foolish choice. Now let's see how he does with this.
Got to hit it on the full side like Billy predicted. Oh, he two-railed it.
What's the cue ball?
Yeah, he almost went in the hole. He don't want to open those either. Oh, boy. It would have been a little bit of a disaster. But I think Efren's got a free bank on the 14.
Yeah, and I do. I think he does as well. I think he has a bank on the 14. You see, Martinez is a very aggressive player, like we mentioned before. Sometimes it works for him, and sometimes it doesn't. It obviously works for him more times than it doesn't. But there are certain situations in shots to come up where you have an option. You don't need to be overly aggressive. You can do something effective, and and grind your way to victory.
Well, if Efren makes this, he's going to watch another 8 and out. Did it reach? No, a little bit weak. That ball was going. Efren had a shot to get out. He hit it a little bit weak. I banked the 1 on the thin side and go upstream. It might even make it off the 6. The 14 ball didn't stop too good for Efren, although it's a threat. I think he can bank at the 1 and go long. That's what he's going to do.
I wouldn't go long if I banked. I would go straight across table here.
Towards the 5.
Yeah, I'd put him in trouble. Go straight across like this here. Because by doing this, if he gets over there, he protects all the balls on his side.
Oh, Efren can shoot the 14.
Well, maybe he can, but, he didn't have to be able to do that if he would have gotten the cue ball over a little further.
Yeah.
You see the value in that shot? Now the balls are repositioned, and he has to stack for protection, making Reyes' job a lot more difficult.
I think Efren's, well, he's not even looking at shooting the ball. What is he looking to do?
Is he looking to cut the 8? He's looking to cut the 8 in.
Yeah, I think so. No, he didn't cut it. He cut his wallet.
Well, Martinez, I thought, came up with a real good shot. He hit it a little bit too softly, or he didn't get it across table far enough. But that time, not far enough, was the better shot.
Yeah. So now he's got to watch Martinez hopefully not run out.
Okay, how do you run out from here, Danny?
Well, I gotta shoot the 9 and maybe go right to the 3 right now. You got a good angle to do that, but he's going to go to the 1. Now I don't know. He might want to go into the 10 ball, but I don't like that. I would have liked taking all the balls that go out of the game. Now he got funny, I would have gone to the 3 on that shot, because if you don't get there, you still have the 1. But if you fall on the 3, it's a big shot. Now, what do you do? I mean, can he go to the 3? Playing position for the 3, he's going towards that side pocket.
He's probably going to try to go into the 10. But even if he does go into the 10, there's no guarantees you're going to come up with a shot other than maybe a possible combination on the 13-6.
You're right, because if he doesn't hit the 10 full, he's going to glance, and that's what he will have. He's looking to do that. And if he happens to hit the 9, he has an off shot on the combination 10-6. So he's got to be real careful here. I'd rather be shooting, of course, but I think he went the wrong way on the first shot. Great player. Oh, he'd love to fall on that 3 with the right angle, because he's got 4 balls that pass. Well, I feel like his style, he's going to probably go into that 10 or into the side pocket. He got to nothing, I don't think.
No, he's all right.
All right. Oh, he hit the 3 just right.
Yeah, he got a nice little kiss there, but in the meantime, he has the angle on the 3 that seems to me it's going away from those balls there, or the 3 balls on the table. And there's a lot of traffic on the other side with the 8 and the 15. How's he going to play shape for the next ball?
He's not, but he's going to shoot the 3, probably go into the 15 or 8. Then he's going to have to remove the ball hanging in Efren's pocket. But he didn't quite get enough balls on that run because there were 3 more that go, and he didn't fall on them just right.
Now, this is what I think he's going to do. I might be wrong, but he's so aggressive. I think he's going to cut the 3, obviously, and I think he's going to cut it with speed. Go into the 8 and try to go here, off here, something like that, give himself a shot. I think that's what he's going to do.
The big thing is make the ball, but you're right. He might do that. He could still glance one rail off the
8.
Off the 8 and go to the 11 and 2.
Right. He's going to hit this shot with speed.
Oh, you have to. Absolutely. But don't miss. Be disastrous if you miss. He can't reach it real well, Billy.
No, and that's another problem he has. He's short and he doesn't reach shots as well as the taller players.
Oh boy, this stroke looks flimsy to me. He made it, but he didn't shoot it hard. But now, I don't think he can do anything more aggressive. I mean, is he going to shoot the 15 into the rail off the 6? That would be disaster.
No, it wouldn't be disastrous because of the position of the remaining balls. Because if he's able to make this, if he does shoot this, which I think is a very shootable shot, all balls will now be on his side of the table.
I don't think it's shootable. They'll be on, but they're going to be open. Efren could get, a few balls. They go, and then I don't think he could outmaneuver Efren with 5 or 6 balls on the table.
What is the score of this particular game?
Yeah.
4-1 Martinez.
Well, I wouldn't shoot this with a gun on my head.
Well, I wouldn't either, don't get me wrong, but there is some strength to this shot here.
It's not a ski shoot. It's not going right to the pocket. See it? That was not a dead ball.
But take a look at the balls now, okay? I mean, the 13 and 10, the 2 balls near Martinez's pocket, neither one of those balls goes in Ray's pocket. The 6th ball in the 2 ball near Martinez's cushion, Efren's got to get absolutely perfect on those balls. The 1 ball that's hanging now certainly isn't playable for position. So therefore, Ray's got a lot of work here. Had he made that ball, he would have won. So therefore, I really don't find much fault in his choice there.
I'll let you know later. He's going to try to go it to the 11. No, he's hitting the balls. He's hitting the balls.
You see? No, he
only lost one. Right. It was a good trade-off.
Yeah, and he could have won the game with that. He's going to hit it well enough to hang it, and he's going to reposition the 6th ball on his side of the table as well, making that ball a very problematic ball in terms of Reyes playing position for it. So therefore, you have to give him credit there. It was pretty good thinking. He had a chance to win.
Wasn't a bad idea. I just know those shots, and I know they don't automatically slide off the ball and go to the pocket when you come off a rail. But he hit it awful good to hang it.
And you have to give him...
oh, no. Look at this. He wanted to leave him long, and he did. Does Efren shoot the 8 now?
Oh, positively.
Yeah.
There's one other variable that we have to... respect and recognize is the fact that Martinez is very familiar with shots like that because he shoots a lot of them. You know what I mean?
Well,
we're ducking. We're not familiar with that.
Right.
And he's shooting them.
But didn't he remember it went astray the other times he shot it? I'm only kidding.
You know what? Players that have a short memory quite often succeed more often because they don't remember when they blunder.
Yeah. Well, Efren could fall on the 11 here, tough as it is. It's fairly thin, but Efren kills the ball so well. But he's shooting at the game. If he misses this, he's done. So he has to make it. It's not a gimme, but he kills the ball so well on these kind. Mm-hmm. He'll fall on the 11 perfectly, but he has to make the ball.
Yeah, he knows the consequence for missing, that's for sure. That's why he's still looking at the situation, giving it all the respect that it deserves.
But he is going to shoot it. Oh, he's getting second thoughts, but he has to shoot it. you know, you're losing 5-1. Rafael needs this game to win the match. Well, he's thinking about it. Is it possible he won't shoot this? I don't think so. He's going to kill the ball real well. Oh, like I said, he's going to kill the ball real well.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow,
look at
wow,
that.
wow, wow.
Oh, I would have never shot at that.
That was hot.
I would have never
Did you
shot
take a
it.
look at how that cue ball, you know, went back and forth cross table with
Man,
the stroke to the use?
beautiful.
Look how perfectly he positioned that cue ball. It kissed off the, I forget which was a 10
Now
ball.
he's going 3 rails to the 11. Yeah, you know what it is? He felt more comfortable hitting that with a little zip. But look where he's falling now. It's a ball game now.
Man, this guy can play at age
Well,
54,
you know that.
55 years old. He still has it. He still has it.
Yeah, he sure does. Is he going to draw this into the 2 and fall on the 6?
You
That's
better
what he
believe it.
tried.
You better believe it.
He got there.
You better believe it. This guy can flat out play, Danny. You
He
know
did it.
Whew.
Oh, he did it.
This is some strong stuff we're seeing right here.
Especially with the other guy on the hill. Well, he didn't get real good at it, but he's going to do a mass
What
save
is he
shot.
doing?
It's going to throw. It's going to throw. It's not a cut. It's going to throw.
He's playing cue ball behind the balls and hoping that Martinez cannot see it so he can do further damage.
Well,
See that?
Efren hung the ball. Now, is Martinez going to look at the 7? Does the 7 glance? That 7's going towards the pocket. Well, he might shoot again. It's 5-5 now.
Okay, what Martinez is looking at is this, like Danny said. He's looking at the 7 off of the 5, and he's probably going to try to follow the cue ball down here and try to knock this 6 out.
Yeah, you're right. He can go forward on it. But if you do that, you're hitting the ball high, and I think the 7 is over kissing a little, and if you hit the cue ball high, it's going to kiss more.
Another noteworthy point. Thank you.
Yeah. But the whole idea is he can aim the billiard after he hits the 7 to continue on and make the 6. I don't think he could kick under the balls. There's no room.
And he certainly doesn't want to open up any more balls on his side of the table for Reyes. So he's going to try to eliminate the 7 and the 5 from Reyes' side of the table and create a better situation for himself by following the cue ball into the green 6. And the reason why there's so much hesitation is because he does realize, like Danny pointed out, that the billiard is laying a little high. And when you follow this, it's not going to be forced into the pocket. It's going to stay high.
It's going to go higher.
Yeah, higher. And he understands this, and that's what's really deterring him from shooting this particular shot. But he really doesn't have much more.
Well, he's got a 3-rail kick at the 6. That's a chance to survive, and Efren doesn't have to get the balls anyway. You know, nothing is going anywhere except the 6. So, I mean, unless he just reverse draws it and kicks it 1 rail, he does have a 3-railer that you got a big ball to hit. But that's not even in his mind right now. Right? Wouldn't you think about
But
kicking
you know, I
3
hate
rails?
to kick, but yeah, I would think about it, but I really would be, no, he's one of the best at this.
He's going to mass save the
He's
ball.
one of the best at this. This is going to be a thing of beauty here.
Yeah, or a miscue.
Oh,
what a shot.
no. He's one of the best at that. No question about that.
Oh, that was a
beautifully executed shot. We're seeing
Great
some
shot.
really top shelf
Great
one
shot.
pocket right here. Some great shooting by both of these players. I think this is a match really worthy of purchasing. I mean, this is great.
It's a great match.
Pat, put this on your highly recommended list.
Billy, of course, is talking to Pat. We already have every kind of match you can get. Dial 800-828-0397, and you can get any kind of game you want to watch. Oh, a slight roll here. We'll never know where the 7 was going. That's gone forever. And we're going to see an up-table game now, which I think favors EFREN.
Oh, yeah, well, it does and it doesn't, but I think it does more so than it doesn't.
Well, that makes a lot of sense, Billy.
Well, I mean, I have to
That's
say
all
what I
right,
have
Billy.
to say,
You got to come with mumble jumble now and then.
Yeah, what did I say?
I can't even remember. It does and it don't. And da 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 da.
Yeah, I'll tell you why I said it does and it doesn't. It does because Reyes will outmove him. It doesn't because Martinez will come with some crazy, unimaginable shot and make it and win the game.
Yep.
But it doesn't more than it does favor
I still,
Martinez.
rather than massay that ball, I still like 3 cushion better. I would have bet
well,
my life I hit the
totally agree with you.
Then I'm
that
not sure
you would
it
do
was
better
right.
with the 3 cushions than with the massey.
I'm not sure it's the right shot now that you agree.
Right.
Oh, look at this. Martinez made a good shot. He put both of those balls on his side. Now, this is a trick shot, but he don't need trick shots. I think the 10 banks off the rail, off the 2 towards the pocket.
Danny, please, let's not even discuss star shots like this,
No,
especially at this
like
time of the game.
I like it because, there's only one ball going that way. Yeah, see what happened? He 2-railed, but he left a bank. He's going to leave a bank. He did leave a bank.
Looks like a kiss to me.
No, he's going to spin away from it. You just got to avoid
I don't
pockets.
know. It looks like a kiss to me.
If he spins away, there's no kiss, Billy.
It looks like a kiss to me.
He only has to worry about the pockets.
Okay.
He doesn't. He's not going to get a kiss, Billy. He's got to worry about going in the pocket. Well,
okay.
he didn't
Looks
even
like
spin away.
He tried to.
No, he didn't. He didn't put any English on the ball. Well, maybe it's not in his repertoire, but he had to really load up.
Englishing a cue ball is not in his repertoire.
Yeah, well, he didn't English it at all.
Oh, anyways, Reyes is at the table, and I believe he needs, how many balls does Reyes need?
2.
2 balls. He'll just softly roll this in.
Oh, he softly rolled his wallet. Look at that. Oh, my God. He made a good shot, and there's the pocket. Isn't it amazing how the pocket could swallow the ball as soon as you turn it a little loose?
I look for Martinez to bank the bottom ball cross corner.
You do?
Yes,
you don't
I
look
do.
for him to, force the head ball into the pocket?
No, I don't. I look for him to bank the back ball into his pocket, because if he does that, the cue ball will then swing 2 cushions down table, possibly 3 for position on the spot shot.
Okay.
And if he happens to scratch on it, then the ball goes right behind the spot, and he won't really sell out anything.
Well, this is interesting. They both need 3. Of course, Martinez is in a little better spot.
Now he's looking at to play your shot, it looks like to me.
That's not my shot. It's what I said I think he'll shoot. I wouldn't shoot this with a gun on my head.
Well, no, I wouldn't. If I could hit balls as well as him, I would bank the bottom ball.
Yeah.
So he's looking to force it and to shoot your shot. But you know what? He's going to have to hit it with good speed, and that 6 ball may end up hitting the orange 5.
You're right. It's going to grab a lot of English, because when you cut that 6 with the 7, it's going to get a lot of left-hand English, the 6 ball, and it might hit that ball on the end rail, but I don't really agree with this one.
But he shoots these kinds of shots extremely well.
Yeah,
hit
I
that
could
ball.
see that.
Okay, he hit it too thickly there, and instead of getting the toss in the
sold
turn
out.
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
He didn't
recommend
hit
that
that well.
shot at all.
He didn't hit that well. Reyes needs 3 balls. Martinez needs 3 balls. 5 balls left on the table.
But EFREN has the dice.
And Martinez has a game lead.
Yeah, but psychologically, if EFREN wins this game, it's his break. So, there's a little more heat on Martinez now, because he knows he's in big trouble if he blows this game. That's why he shouldn't have shot that shot. It's not a gimme. It doesn't go right to the pocket. I don't like where he put the cue ball, first of all, to shoot that shot. He put it a little far out. Well, let's see if Efren could pocket this and fall on the 6. No problem with that. He's going to hit the 3 and be further. No, he didn't.
Now he's got that 2-reeler on the 5 here, whatever it is. The 4?
It's the 5.
The 5.
It's the 5.
And you may ask, why isn't he shooting the 6? Because he feels more confident
This was
that
safer.
he doesn't leave anything with this shot. And
Oh,
if he
he
happens to
left the same
pocket that,
shot.
now he's got a shot to win the game.
This time he's going to spin it a little more, I think, but it's still tough. The cue ball's flying around. If he happens to make it, he's going to get positioned for the 6, a few rails.
He may even hit the 6.
Oh, that time he overspun it, and he went to drink. The ball goes behind the spot, so now he needs 4.
So what that tells me is that that particular shot
It's no good.
isn't really advisable.
No, it's
to
no
shoot.
good shot. Efren needs 1. Yeah, he still needs 2. That's right. I'm sorry, I'm not counting right. I was informed he needs 2 yet. Oh my God, that's not a good shot. Isn't that funny? He got back in the game. Look what's going to happen now. He can lose the game right here. There's 3 balls out and a bank. You go right to the 5 here, I believe. And then from the 5, you go to the 10, and then you bank the 15, and you're out. I ran out easily, didn't I? Oh, he's going to fall on the 5 real well here. Oh my God, that's a real blunder. A really surprising blunder. He's going to go 2 rails to the 10, and then his game ball is going to be the 15 on the bank. Yeah, you do go 2 rails here. Don't try to go 1 rail and hit those balls. You know, you're going to have a pretty good bank to win the match, right? You don't hit.
No,
the
no,
balls.
I agree. I definitely
Get to
agree.
the 10. Oh, he's loading up with English.
Yeah, he's doing. This is fine. No.
No, he.
Okay.
Oh, he's all right. I would have gone 2 rails to get straight in on the 10, so you got an automatic bank. Now he got a little funny, Billy. He might go on the other side and take a 2-rail bank.
He may go into the balls here.
Oh, I don't like that. No. All he had to do is get straight in on the 10,
But
big favorite.
Looks like he's on the 50-yard line here.
Yeah, he is. He is. He's going to try to hit the balls. No, he killed it. Yeah, this is what I like anyway.
Yeah.
Now he's shooting at the game and match, and he has a pretty good bank. Don't even look at it doesn't even matter about the 6. You're only rolling it anyway, and you're going to hit the 6 on the side you need to hit it.
Yeah, and when this shot is missed, it is usually missed by undercutting it because you get more control with the cue ball,
Yeah, let's
pushing
see
the
what
6.
happens. That's the match.
Well, I tell you, I mean, you really got to applaud Martinez, you know, for his
He played solid.
offensive prowess. I mean, he really can play an aggressively good one-pocket game. I mean,
Oh,
he's got
played
some
very well
great
now.
skills. He's made some great shots in this match.
Okay, now
Great
he's going
shots.
to practice. He won the match. Now he's going to practice. Okay, that was a great match. Had a lot of interesting thoughts. Efren is out of the one-pocket tournament now, and well, we're going to close. We're going to get a little interview here, so we're going to close. We'll see you next time, guys. Stay by. We got a lot of good play yet. Good night, Billy.
Good night, Danny. And good night, Mrs. Calabash.
Wherever you are.
You are.